Hello, guys. Good evening, and welcome to another episode of our devotional series, which is entitled "While We Wait." This is day 2 of it's a part of the 7-day devotion that we will be having. So this is a story of a pastor and his family. They moved to El Paso, Texas in 2011. Galing sila sa Portland. So he will become a worship pastor. And they knew that this is not going to be a permanent situation. However, nakaramdam na sila ng pagmamahal. They learned to love the place, the people. They were able to build a community, meet amazing friends. However, the pastor can feel that God is brewing something else for them or for him. And being in a place na hindi mo alam, that is unknown to you, that is new to you, is very uncomfortable. Especially kung ikaw ay isang tao na mahilig mag-plan. If you are a planner na gusto mong malaman, what's going to happen next. And they feel that they were stuck at the fork in the road kasi hindi nila alam kung ano yung mangyayari, kung ano yung susunod na kabanata. And the ever popular verse, which is Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, that says, "For I know the plans I have for you, the plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future." Karamihan sa atin, minsan nakakalimutan natin yung context ng passage na yon or ng story na yon sa Bible. It is actually about Israel being in exile for 70 years. Imagine, 70 long years silang nasa exile. And only after 70 years, saka lang na-fulfill yung promise ni God to bring them back from exile. Nabigyan sila ng kalayaan. And there is also a story, or the story of David. He was a young shepherd boy, and he was mentioned in 1 Samuel 16, who was anointed. He was anointed during that time to become the king of Israel. And it took so many years. Imagine 20 years. And it's also 20 chapters a Bible. Until 2 Samuel chapter 5, kung kailan siya in-appoint bilang hari ng Israel. And in those 20 years, what happened to David? During those 20 years, he was serving an insecure and a tyrant king. He faced assassination. He ran, nagtago siya as a fugitive. He was homeless. He was isolated. And he was absolutely crushed. Talagang durog na durog yung pagkatao niya. But during that time, in waiting, God developed David to become the greatest king of Israel. And we cannot confuse the word appointing with the anointing. Dahil all of us, each one of us, we are anointed. And we are all purposed for a calling. And someday, we will be appointed by God to something great. However, for some of us, embracing today kung ano yung meron ngayon means we have to wait, we have to listen, we have to train ourselves. Dadaan tayo sa mga bagay na makakadurog ng ating sarili, personality. But then after that, we will become more resilient. Then finally, we will become ready. And I know that plans, especially to those people who are planner, they are very important. But so is prayer. Prayer is equally important. And not only prayer, listening is also important, and also waiting. And we need to choose to embrace today and not tomorrow. Dahil hindi tayo magiging handa ngayon if we didn't live and waited through yesterday. Now my question to you is, what are you waiting on right now? And how can you embrace your today? Now let us end this video with a Bible verse from 2 Samuel chapter 5 verses 3 to 5. This is about David. So all the elders of Israel came to the king to Hebron, and King David made a league with them in Hebron before the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel. David was 30 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 14 years. In Hebron he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months, and in Jerusalem he reigned 30 and 3 years over all Israel and Judah. So stay blessed, stay safe, and have a good day.